notes. Or what's the Polish word of the day? I'm getting back on the Polish game, because I'm not fucking giving up on that. Oh, okay. This is obviously a loan word. Okay. What was it before that? What was the other one? Oh, did not know that one. Oh, good lord. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I've never been to Japan or China. My dad has been to both multiple times. He seems to hate the Oh, I know why. I know why. I know why it didn't work. I did miss it by one affection. He seems to hate the French more, which is kind of funny. But I don't know. I think there's a degree to which, like, if you're not trying to live among the Japanese and you're just doing business with them, they treat you as an outsider anyway, and they look so different from you that as a European American, you just kind of go, okay, well they're just Japanese doing Japanese things, whatever, you know. But it's when you would try to actually, because you're not actively, you know, my dad was obviously not actively trying to integrate into any kind of Japanese social structure. He was just working as a, you know, a foreign business person with the Japanese. Whereas when you're working with the French people and they're, you know, maybe treating you like a foreigner or an outsider or whatever, you know, they're fellow Europeans, kind of. I mean, my dad has French blood. We're all kind of, you know, we have similar ethnic backgrounds, so it's a little bit different when they treat you like you're, you know. But I haven't really, I can't say I've had, I met one French guy in Edinburgh, and we played Smash, and he was chill. He was a cool dude. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't go to. It sucks for USS because it's like you don't want to go to China because it's fucking China, even though that's like your technically like your country of origin. And Japan carries with it its own, obviously its own issues, like you're talking about. So, and the U.S. is getting increasingly fat, so it's kind of like. Actually kind of messed up. Dude, Polish is so awesome, dude. It is shit, but like, I gotta keep studying it because I'm not gonna like. I think it would be really cool if like Veronica could transmit the language further. I don't know how important that is to her. I haven't really like talked to her about that, but you know, but it's very difficult to do that if you only have one parent who speaks the language, because you're not gonna, you know, if I'm only talking to her in English, then yeah, there's pretty much no way that you transmit the language that way. Unless you deliberately send them to like Polish school, which you could do, but it would just fall. They would just not use it as they got older anyway. And anyway, it's a way for me to kind of learn more about her, I guess. That's how I see it, but Spanish is very useful as an American for sure. I mean, assuming that you, especially if you live in the southern U.S., but. Yeah, exactly. Oh, New England, really? Nice. Yeah, I've been to Connecticut one time. It was actually pretty nice. It was actually really, really nice. Rhythms lives in Connecticut now with his parents. I think it's about a minute that you want to wait after this. So like 30, we'll try 6:35. I don't know. I think it's about a minute because. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in the south, especially like Texas and everything. That's like, yeah. See, he should be coming in at like, I don't know, 11:15 or something like that. So like, it's not open yet. So I have to wait until like definitely not open yet. Okay, it was open. Fair enough. Yeah, I thought I had to wait longer, but that was about. Really? Yeah. I haven't spent much time in the South, but I have been a few times. What is this, Thursday? Yeah. Yeah, Spanish is one of those that's just like, the pronunciation is so simple, and there's some aspects to the grammar that are a little bit confusing, but Friday, okay, this is good luck so far. I like Polish. Actually, I'll be completely honest with you. If Polish wasn't spelled the way it was spelled, it wouldn't seem so fucked up. Because, and I can tell you, because I've studied Japanese a lot. And I mean, you're obviously, I'm preaching to the choir, you're familiar with Japanese. When you're learning Polish, it's weird, but it's a European language. So you can more readily just go, huh, I wonder how you would say that. I bet you could say it like this, since we would say it like this in English. Just translate the words, oh my god, and that's how you say it. You know, you just have to know the words, and the order will sometimes be different, obviously. obviously the word order is a big part of it. If that makes sense, but yeah, I'm trying to think of examples. It's more just like the weirdest thing for me has been a certain construction using what is called a zero copula construction, and in English we say X is Y, but Polish for some reason uses their neuter demonstrative. At least it's the same form as the neuter demonstrative as a kind of copula construct in place of the copula. Actually, I think it's not in place of the copula. I think that the copula is probably being elided, meaning it's being deleted. The copula meaning be. So instead of saying to jest, they just say to. Yeah, I think it's similar, but you don't use it in every single, because there's different types of copula constructions. So it's like, that is a dog is different from saying a dog is an animal. So there's like cases where you're making a direct equation, X is Y, versus X is in the category of Y, and then there's like one other type as well, and that varies how you omit. Czech is probably as hard as any other Slavic language. Most of those Slavic languages are going to be pretty much, are going to have a lot of qualities in common. One of them is the perfective, imperfective. Basically, their aspectual system is different. So verbs are like defined as perfective or imperfective. That means that when you use that verb, it refers to a completed action, perfective, or an uncompleted action, imperfective. Whereas in English, we use verb conjugations to indicate that. So wrote is necessarily perfective because it refers to a completed action. And is writing is imperfective because it refers to an action in process. Was writing is also imperfective, even though it's in the past, but it's referring to an action that's in process, like I said. So it should be Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This will be Saturday. But what's the consonant that you're talking about, SS? Then the only other thing as far as pronunciation with Polish is just like, and probably other Slavic languages, is just consonant clusters. They have some very extreme consonant clusters, and I can only imagine that they arise from a vowel deletion. So that means that there used to be a vowel in between those two consonants. In fact, I know that's the case, at least in some cases. There used to be a vowel in between these two consonants, but it's been deleted over time, so now the consonants are right next to each other. Some of the clusters make a lot of sense, or they're very easy to produce. Like there's some consonant, like English does not have very complicated consonant clusters. Is that what type of an R is that? Is that like a line underneath, or is that dental, or? Like for example, ps, ps, is in Polish, and it's in a lot of English words like psychology, but it's obviously not pronounced like that in English. It's spelled that way because that's the way it is in the Greek, but we just get rid of the p. But ps is not a very difficult consonant cluster because you're using two separate you're using your lips and your tongue, which you can move completely independently of each other, so it's very simple to do. Whereas I'm trying to think of a different one that's like kind of difficult would be like what's one that I don't like? For example, mr, mr is kind of difficult. It's not like it's like difficult, it's just that it's like kind of unnatural. Or they have like chma, moth is like an affricate plus a nasal, and it's just kind of like, why are you putting these two? But that's actually due to deletion as well, and I'm pretty sure in the rest of the paradigm, a vowel gets inserted between those consonants, so it's like technically there, but not. Tuesday. But it depends on the language. So far, I haven't had a super hard time with some of the... It's actually just distinguishing between the affricates. Voiced alveolar fricative trill. Okay, that's interesting. So a fricative trill, okay. Huh. This is Tuesday, that's 7. Oh, like, can you give me an example of a word that it's in? Does it have an example of a word? Because I'm curious of the cognates in the other Slavic languages and maybe what it evolved from. What's the one? There was one word. Blood. No, that's actually easy. That one's not actually weird. Oh, okay, that's how it's written. That's the orthography, or that's the IPA? Like that's Czech orthography. Oh yeah, I know what's really tough for me in Polish is actually they have like a velar fricative, which is like you have in German with ch, like Bach, but it can be before other sounds in a weird way. It's not really like velar because it's not really like that guttural like it is in German. It's actually closer to just like English H, so you can kind of easily pronounce it by itself, but it'll be in words like chce, which is want, and it's like before, it's like chce, and that's the onset is chce, chce, and I'm like baffled by this because I don't know why. You can, when you hear someone say the word, you can hardly hear the because it's so faint. So I'm just like, I don't fucking get it. Yeah, but that's a hard one. Klep is a funny one. Bread, but that one's easy. But I don't know. There's other. I'd have to think because I've lost a lot of vocabulary now because I haven't been studying. But there's a lot of other weirder. I really don't like particularly like French. I don't like hate. I don't have anything. I don't like think certain languages are inferior to others or anything like that, but you know, I have kind of a, yeah, I just don't really, I was never super interested in French. Yeah, the uvula fricative. Yeah, actually, that's common in German, and Veronica has that when she speaks Polish. She can't do the tapped R. So some Poles do that as well, which is kind of interesting because I think actually, technically, that pronunciation in French was borrowed from German, if I'm remembering correctly. And people, it's become very like canonically French. People associate it with French, but I think it's actually borrowed the other way around. And of course, Poland's proximity to Germany, it would make sense that that was also a Is this Saturday now? Dude, what the heck? I've not got any rain. Which is good, because then I can just sleep one day and we're basically good, but... Wait, so this should be... Friday, maybe? Yeah, I think it's Friday. Yeah. No! Okay, I messed this run up, but I don't know how I did it because... Well, that makes sense, but it's telling me to do 11 gifts, but... Yeah, sorry, this is like RIP, but yeah, sorry. I'm gonna have to test this. I'm just gonna go see if this cutscene triggers, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to reset up this file, which is really fucking annoying because... I know, exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah, that's why I don't like it. That's so dumb, dude. I mean, I could finish this run as long as I gotta... Fuck that shit, dude. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, I will finish this, but these notes are just wrong. This will trigger. Yeah, these notes are just wrong. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Wow, damn it. Okay, actually, this file's fine. It's just that my notes are wrong. Because I miscounted. The record is, I think I've done, no one else runs this game, really. I pretty much have all the records. Wow, that's so dumb. Okay, I'm gonna lose a lot of time on this. I'll finish this run, but it will be, I'll have to do another run because it's gonna be, I won't do it tonight, but it's anyway, but I think I've done a run of this category before, but it was a while ago, and I don't think I ever saved the recording because I couldn't find it, and... but it's, yeah, I mean, it's approximately like... Right, 14, right? Yeah, yeah. But it's approximately, I don't know, it's gonna be about probably 35 minutes would be my guess. Maybe a little bit less. Oh, dang it, dude. Yeah, these notes just say 11 gifts instead of 10, and so I was waiting for the 10th. Basically, I'm trying to aim. I got very crazy luck, no rain, basically. And, actually, yeah, not a single day of rain. I want to aim to gift her on the last... I wanted to aim to gift her the last time on the 14th. Because there's an event that only takes place on the 14th or the 15th. And I have to wait until sundown to do that event. But I also have to wait in order to trigger that event, I also need to trigger a cutscene with her before that, but that cutscene has to take place after noon, because it has to take place in the cafe, and she waits out here until she goes into the cafe. She goes in at like 10, but you can't actually get into the cafe until 12, until noon. So you want to combine those two. If you're going to wait until sundown, you want to do that on the same day that you also waited until noon. And because I also need to trigger the cutscene up there at the villa first, so I trigger the cutscene at the villa, then the cutscene in the cafe, and then the cutscene at night, and I want to do that all on the same day. So, unfortunately, I didn't do that because I thought that I had to gift her one more time after the 10th gift. I thought I had to gift her 11 times because that's what my notes say, but that's because, excuse me, my notes are wrong. My notes aren't wrong, it's just that they assume a different setup, and I have a different setup on this file, and I'm not going to change it because it's slightly suboptimal, but it costs maybe a second, literally, because it's just about menuing. So I used a different item basically because you need to gift one other NPC in this. It's Gina, and you just literally have to talk to her one time, but you want to be giving her a gift at that time, and it's optimal to give her the same gift that you're going to give Katie because it takes up less inventory slots. And I just didn't do that. I just used in this setup file. I had a different gift that I was using, and yeah, I wasn't about to change that because in order to change that, I'd have to literally set up the file all over again, and that would take a while. So I'm not even going to do that even on a different day. I am literally just going to use this setup, and I'll do a different run on a different day. It'll be easy. I can get it in 5 minutes. That's the thing about this game, is it is mostly routing. I've enjoyed doing a lot of research in it, and I'd like to publish the results, not necessarily on. Okay, this is that cutscene, and then I just have to make sure that this, because you end up triggering 2 cutscenes because I delayed one of them. I just want to make sure that this is the right cutscene. I'm almost positive it is, but yes, okay. So anyway, so yeah, this is literally just wait a minute. I wonder if this will even work. This should work. Yeah, these notes are actually, I don't know when I wrote these notes. I think I thought I had done these notes sooner than I did, but I didn't. These are from April, and I don't know. Maybe I did do runs of this in April, I don't recall. So now I literally just wait until sundown and she'll show up for one of the last cutscenes, and then that'll be that, so. Why? How do people become wow. This talking about people from high school. If you see this and are still unwilling to understand, you are willingly obtuse, and I no longer wish to associate or be friends on Facebook. Peace. Okay, so should I unfriend this guy because he's posting race baiting, BLM memes, and he's clearly a zombie, or what? Because these are just Like, what the fuck, dude? I'm not going to. I'll just mute him. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's just, I can't believe these people, like, that this is what happens to people. It's crazy. Because I didn't even see, I see this guy, actually, it's really weird, because I thought that, I saw this guy as kind of a, you know, I come from kind of a small village, sort of. I don't come from, I don't live in that village, but that's where I went to high school. And so it's a conservative community. And this guy was kind of, he would hunt, and he would, you know, I guess I would have seen him as somebody who would be more inclined toward kind of small town morals and thinking. But here he is posting fucking... So wait, am I missing something here? No, it's right up. Okay, it's literally right now. There we go. Oh, shit. So we'll see if this even works, because I gifted her the other stuff first, which should be okay, because I don't see any reason why they would. But yeah, he's just posting a bunch of fucking fake race killings, and it's just like a bunch of basically political cartoons. I'm not gonna comment on it, but this guy actually hit me up like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or something like that, and I have literally not talked to this guy probably since elementary school. Oh my god, don't be Monday. It's literally fucking Monday. God motherfucking damn it. Okay, fine. That's okay. It's closed on Monday, so that's okay. That's okay. This is proof of concept. I want to make sure that this actually works. I probably haven't talked to this guy. I mean, I went to school with this guy since I was in kindergarten, basically. But I probably haven't talked to him since like elementary school. Didn't really talk to him in high school. And he just hit me up randomly on Facebook. We've been friends, I don't know. I definitely didn't friend him on Facebook. He would have friended me on Facebook. And just hit me up, and I was like, I mean, do you want to, is there something that you wanted to talk about or whatever? You know, I thought I was actually kind of concerned. Like, he hit me up, and I'm thinking, okay, he must, like, something must be wrong. Like, he probably needs somebody to talk to if he's hitting me up. Like, what the fuck? Like, why would he? And he literally just started asking me, like, no, you know, nothing in particular, you know, like, do you play video games? Or, I mean, or he said, do you have a PS4? And I said, no, I pretty much just play old games. Like, I just kind of play, like, you know, GameCube games and PS2 kind of. And he kept asking, then he brought up Ghost of Tsushima, which is a new, I don't know, samurai game or something like that, right? And I said, you know, I haven't really, like, played. He said, you strike me as kind of like a samurai game guy. Probably because he knew I like video games. Like, I like Nintendo, so he's probably thinking, oh, this guy's a weeb. He'll definitely like this Japanese shit. And I said, you know, it seems like a good game. I've heard good things about it. And that was kind of the extent of the conversation. He said a few more times, like, oh yeah, you should really get a, you know, like a PS4 or PS5 when it comes out or whatever. And it was bizarre. It was bizarre. And it was like, whatever, but I didn't really say much more to him. And then then he posted this. And it's funny because I never saw his post on Facebook before, even though I didn't mute him. So it's clear that Facebook shows you, I mean, obviously it noticed that the algorithm realized that I had a conversation with this guy in private message because he hit me up, and now I'm seeing this post from him. Otherwise, the algorithm was not really showing me his post before, because we had no association, pretty much, even though we were friends on Facebook. So it's just weird, man. Oh, God. Yeah, I've got to just straight up, like, yeah. I literally have to get off Facebook. It's like the worst thing. Veronica talks to me on Facebook, which is funny. It's lucky that I had Facebook so that I could yoinked her. But yeah, other than that, I have no use for it. Because I actually I used to keep it because I would talk to, like, Smash friends on it, like, especially when I was away. And we organize Smash Fest and shit like that, but I don't really go around those guys much anymore either, so I'm like, okay, this probably is, I should definitely... Okay, so this looks like it works. Oh, no, this is the one. You can't, I want to find a way to skip this cutscene, but I don't know if you can. You just have to tell Katie no and make her cry, and then, otherwise it's a long cutscene. Yeah, yeah, Desert's right. Like, I think it's more of that. It's like, you won't regret it if you delete it. You think about it now, you're like, oh, but I use it for this thing or that thing. Those people who you still use it to connect with or whatever, they'll understand. They're not gonna, like, disown you forever. And I'm sure you can email them or text them. I think that's what I'm starting to think. Because I get nothing out of it. I get less than nothing out of it. And I've told this story before, but the only reason I had a Facebook in the first place is because some girl who I was friends with in high school kind of pressured me into making one. She made one for me, and then I would talk to her on Facebook and other people from high school when I was like 16. And she turned out to be one of the biggest BLM academics. She's a PhD student now in the humanities. One of the biggest, what's the word? Just zombies you can imagine. So it's not a surprise to me that she's the one that made my social media account in the first place. I don't even remember what day it is. Is that right? Is that 7? Yeah. Anyway. Not that that matters, but yeah, I realized the irony in that. I'm like, wow, she's probably more plugged in than anybody, and look what it's doing for her. I mean, I don't know what she's studying. The best I know is that I think in undergrad she studied communications, which is the biggest, probably the latter would be my guess, because she she's not particularly attractive, so the world's not missing out on anything. And she was kind of a nice, I don't know, she's always kind of weird. I'm not trying to say that you have to be pretty to be worth something, but she would be prettier if she didn't have such an ugly personality. I think that's more what it comes down to. Okay, so this was bad. I'll do another run of this because I stuffed it up because my notes were wrong. So I'll edit the notes and then probably do another run of this tomorrow, along with Azure Swallowtail, and then I'll grind Azure Swallowtail until I get it. And then unfortunately, I still have to do both treasure hunt endings, and that's gonna be a pain because I need to figure out. I mean, honestly, the short, like the easiest strat is just give everybody golden egg and golden milk, because almost every NPC gets +6 from that. But that's actually really tedious to do golden egg, golden milk, to get a lot of them, because you have to, to set up that file is very tedious. So I'll do it though, because I gotta finish the sweep, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll do all endings. It just feels good to have Sapphire off my plate. I'm just not even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna pretend like, okay, it is what it is. That is what it's been, and there you go. If I don't end on that marathon run, then I'm a fool. You know, and I enjoy Twitter too, just for the... No, I'm not going to play Pokemon at all. I am not going to speedrun Pokemon anymore. Yeah, I speedran Sapphire for a long time, and I love it, but it's very... It's just, like, not what I want to be doing with my time anymore, even though, I know I'm capable of a better time, and I have been for, like, 4 years, but it's just... I just don't care about, like, beating my head against a brick wall in order to get that time. And I enjoy... what I enjoy about speedrunning is what the kind of stuff that Desert does, and I want to do more of that. And that will be... I'll feel rewarded by... Oh, fuck no. The last thing I'm doing is playing Gold. Hell no. Oh my god, no. Because what would be my goal in Gold? At least with Sapphire, I had a goal. Okay, I'm going to get sub 2. With Gold, what the fuck? I'm not going for world record. I don't care about my time. I enjoyed running Gold when I did, but... No. Yeah, I have no goal. Yeah, I have no goal. Not Gold, but yeah. I'm saying I don't have a time that I'm aiming for. No. It doesn't really work like that. Because there's no point to be on runs that are kind of like just red splits. I mean, if you're not regimented about how you... Yeah, I understand. Fuck no. I'd rather just play Metroid Prime or just play... you know... Yeah, okay, I see your game. I see what you're doing. Trying to get rise out of me. No. I retired from weed too. Well, it's different though. I mean, Husky, I don't think that speedrunning is completely inherently pointless. It's just that you have to be enjoying the time that you're spending. And I don't really... I just played Pokemon so much, dude. What I'd like to do is, like, wait 5 or 10 years and then play those games again. Then it would feel fresh, and then maybe it'd be fun. I wouldn't speedrun them, but I could play them, and just, like... Then it could be kind of legit. This cutscene's a lot longer than I thought it was. So maybe this actually can't sub 40. It might be tight, I don't know. Because I don't think I lost a minute and a half. Maybe I did. I wouldn't be opposed to running Sapphire in future marathons, but, you know. Yeah, I mean, Gold was always just kind of a side hustle for me. I was never really... I mostly ran Gold so that I could more easily smoke weed and speedrun Pokemon. Because it's a lot easier, and you don't make as, you know, it's not as high level execution. This man's trying to bait me, you see this?